Oh, sorry. I always do my videos like in nighttime when it's getting like late, or yeah, it's about, what is it, 10:30 now? So, yeah. So, right now, today, what is today? Today's the 10th, June 10th. So, I did an experiment today. Actually, I'm gonna bring the paper. Give me a second. I have my little paper, and I'm gonna explain what this is. I'm gonna explain what it is. So today, I went for a walk, and I decided there's like a small like park area by my house. So I decided, why not go to the park? And it's like a small, like little jungle gym area surrounded by grass, and just take in the air and maybe try to cast a spell. If spells do work, like try to cast them, or not really cast spells, but so much like try to speak towards my spiritual side, to speak to like ancestors or the people who created the pyramids, because I did my research, and apparently people believe that the pyramid is actually like a system that collects energy and stuff like that, like it's an energy system. So I'm like, okay, I'm open. I'm an open person. I don't just block things, because I've seen crazy things and like done crazy things that other people have told me they have done as well. So I'm like, let me keep an open mind, and let's see if I can like just communicate with something outside myself. So, from the past, or past spiritual essence or something, or whatever the spiritual world, wherever these things might exist, or because we all just exist in this realm, and we don't know what else exists out there. We try our best, scientists and everyone, and religious or whatever, we try our best. So I'm just going on my own little knowledge, trying to get this wild hair to just look completely correct. Okay, so what I did, my process today, I walked towards the little park, and it's a little path, and I walk into the path, and it's like a circular area, and I'm walking, and I'm gonna give you information, and you're gonna see why it's useful later on. So I walk towards the park, and I'm at the entrance of it, and it's like a little circular concrete area. There's nothing on the floor. There's no writing in chalk. Kids like to write in chalk. There's no writing in chalk. There's no anything. So I'm like, let me play some Buddhist music, or music from a cartoon that has Buddhist themes. It's called Avatar the Airbender. And they have Buddhist themes where they talk about energy bending and using the energy within the life forces and trying to bend it and alter it, kind of like how chi is. Like chi is energy as well. So what I did, I said, what if I don't know how to connect to these energies, these outside forces, but what if I try and write a letter? So the most things I know about connecting to spiritual realms is you always use a pentagram. So what I did was, I take a leaf, it's a product of the earth, and I put it on the paper, and on the paper I draw a pentagram. Now I'm just making this all up as I go, just to see, do I have any change? Does anything happen? Does something weird happen? Let's just see. Why not? Why not? Let's do it. So I draw this pentagram and the leaf is under it, so it makes this the leaf is over it, so it makes this pentagram shape on the paper. So while I'm doing that, the day it starts to become very windy, and like the energy is changing around me, and I'm like, well, it might be just wind, but let's just sit in the area and try to take it all in, and just, be happy how just the feeling and the energy from the earth. So I'm just trying to take in all the energy from the earth. So I write this letter. I write this letter towards the ancient ones, and I'm trying to get my telekinesis and my pyrokinesis and all that stuff to become stronger. So I write a letter, and I'm like asking to get these abilities to be stronger, because I already have them, but I want them to be stronger. So I wrote, I call upon the ancient powers of all the pyramids around the world, feel my spiritual power and energy, send me the ancient wisdom and powers, heal my temporary vessel, completely grant me cosmic powers of my choosing. Thank you, great spirits. And I put a heart next to it. So I write this letter into the leaf because I want it to be connected to the world, like worldly, because I know the earth has to like connect with the cosmic, like it's a part of the bigger cosmic scheme. So I write it into something earthly rather than just something, that's been man-made process. So I try to connect to it more. So then I leave this leaf and I let it fly away, so it could just be cast into the wind. I also have my necklaces with me as well, and I felt like an energy coming off them. I was feeling like way better, so I put them on. And so I'm staring at the sky. You know how a car emits gas, like, and you'll see like when the gas is emitted, like you don't see it, but you see like the disruption of images behind it. So that's how you know, like, there's some sort of like presence there. Like you'll know it's gas because it's coming from a car and you can smell it, but you can also see it. Like if you look, the images behind it will be disrupted. So that's how chi and auras are kind of like that. Like you might not see a color. Some people do see colors, I've heard, but as for me, when I see my chi around it, it's like, it looks like a line, but it's not like a black or a white line. It's like a different energy. Like it just disrupts the image behind it, and that's how I perceive it, and that's how I know, because I could see it outlining. Well, I saw a line like that in the sky. It struck through, like, just through the sky and just came down to the earth. And it was very fast because it just blinked. Like I was like, what is that? And I was just like, maybe I'm not seeing something right. Or well, I'm like, well, you can't see electromagnetic waves. You can't see them. So I'm like, I wonder what is that? So I'm leaving the park, just baffled by this whole thing. The time is about to end. I'll probably make a second video if anything. But I'm leaving the park and I see something scribbled into the ground, and I'm like, the whole time I was at the park, there was no one there, and I entered there, so I didn't see any writing on the ground. And I see something Written in chalk, it says, I like the heart. I like heart, or I like the heart. And it's written, I like, and heart. Just the heart drawn in chalk. And I'm like, wow, how did that happen? There was no chalk written on the ground before I came into the park. And I'm thinking, that's weird. Maybe some kid scribbled it. I'm like, I catch myself. I'm like, there was no child here in the park, and the floor was completely blank, because it's a little space to come in and it's a little space to come out. So when you're walking in, you will see it. And when I walk, I look down. I naturally just look down. I don't know why, but it's just because I like to be careful of where I'm stepping. So I just naturally look down. So, and I'm like, I like the heart. And guess what? On my picture, not on my picture, on my paper, there's a heart written on it. And that was odd today. That was really odd. I don't know what to make of it, but it sort of feels mystical to me, honestly. And way crazier things has happened to me. I've told people of my stories, and people have actually validated my story, and actually people have also said similar things happened to them. So that's my weird story of the day. So I mean, it feels cool. I feel tingly, and I feel all goosebumpy, because I feel like I actually got a message from another dimension. That is completely cool. And I don't know if it's like pyramids involved, but I did put pyramids in my letters, so ancient spirits and etc. So I feel very happy. Like, some things just baffle my mind in the reality that we live in. And it's just crazy when weird things happen. I just wish people were there with me to like see. Most people don't pay attention to small details like that, but I pay attention to them. So everyone, have a nice day, and tell me what you think about this story. Like and subscribe. Well, if you think it's bogus, keep that to yourself. I don't really care. But if you're curious or etc., just let me know. And this is for my Facebook people. Just let me know what you think, and tell me if anything crazy happened to you similar. I love to hear these stories. I want to know more. All right, have a nice day, guys. Like and subscribe.